Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to IG Nova. New video today for checkpoint worksheets. We're gonna study today about physics. We're gonna talk about thermal and power. This worksheet has a lot of ideas. We need to be careful while solving, and I'm trying my best, inshallah, to explain as much as I can. Let's start. All multiple choice. First question. A room is heated by a radiator. The diagram X and Y shows two possible circulation of hot air, which heat the room. We have here diagram X and diagram Y. Both have radiators. What is the possible circulation of air, hot air? First, about diagram X, we know that radiator makes heat. This heat makes air become hotter and less dense. While it becomes less dense, so air will move up through this way to take place of cold air. That cold air become denser and goes down. According to the circulation, this is the convection current process. While for Y, air, it's hot. How is the hot goes back? It must rise up, so not diagram 1. So it must be X. Reason because air density decreases when air is heated, yeah. So I'm gonna go for it. Question 2. A student splashes water onto her face. Here are three statements about the effect. P. The water uses energy to evaporate. Yeah, to evaporate water, you need amount of energy. So by splashing water onto her face, so P is acceptable. Second thing, the water gains energy from student. About gaining energy, so gaining energy from hotter to colder. So student while splashes their face onto her face. So since it's hotter than the water, so water will gain energy. So P correct and Q also correct. For R, the face of a student cools. Yeah, because water absorb heat. Water absorb heat. So face will cool down. For that, R also correct. So I'm gonna go for P, Q, and R. Question 3. A copper is placed in front of a heater. Air can move through a gap under the copper. So while here heater, what's gonna happen for air? Let's start. Here heater heats air, less dense, moves up, cold air will go down, down, down here. Air moves through gap. So through gap, the cold air will move like this. So this is the circulation of convection current we know. Let's see what he asked about, which row describes the temperature and the direction of movement of the air in the gap. In the gap, it will move towards the heater. So air temperature will be cool because it is at the bottom, and air direction away from heater or toward the heater, toward the heater. Question 4. Some hot water is sealed inside a metal can. The can is a vacuum in outer space. The hot water slowly cools down. This question we explained it before. How in previous worksheet. How does the thermal energy escape into space? Escaping into space, see, if you have a can here, this can, we have a liquid inside, liquid touches the can wall, so through can walls, as it's solid, so conduction will begin. So I'll go for conduction and begin. Then, while it's a vacuum here, it's a space, vacuum. How the air will transfer through vacuum? By radiation. So I'm gonna go for B. Question 5. Four students are asked to state and explain the relative magnitudes of the thermal expansion of solid gases. Which student is correct? Gases expand more than solids. Yeah, it's true. Because molecules in gas are in random motion, actually, it can be accepted. But I need to check others. Gas expand more than solids, yeah, because attractive force between molecules are much weaker. Look, here we are agree on gas expanding, but if you pay attention to last two videos or three videos, you're gonna see that attractive forces, the intermolecular forces, it's much weak, so weak in gases than solids. For that, I'll go for B. Okay, question 4, 4 cups. A, B, C, and D contains a hot coffee. Which cup keeps the coffee warm the longest? I need you to stop and think carefully before taking your answer. Let's explain. The outside surface of the cup and the top of the cup. See, 4 cups all have the same hot coffee, but which one will take? Here, black, white, white, black, black, white, white. So for us, I know that black is good absorber, very, very good absorber. So in beginning, I'll go for black. But as a black is a good absorber, it's a good emitter also. So it's a good emitter, it will lose heat faster. I cannot go for black. I have to take white. Why? Because white is not a radiator, is reflector. He will reflect. That means he will not emit. For that, I'll go for C or D. Covered with lead or no lead? No, it must be covered with lead to keep it warm for so long, so I'm gonna go for C. Question 7. A bar of metal, which is good thermal conductor, is heated at one end. What is the main method of transfer of thermal energy along the bar? You remember, along the bar, which is the solid, I have here molecules, and we explained before, those molecules have free electrons in the outer shell, energy level, they will transfer along the conductor. This transferring is good. Is the way of transferring good. Okay, while at the same time, those molecules vibrate. Choose. First one, it's a lattice vibration. Lattice vibration when the molecules vibrates around fixed position. So in beginning, I can go for it. But let's see. Movement of atoms of the metal along the bar, truly no. Transfer by electrons. Here, and look for D, it's a vibration of atoms of the metal bar. It is also vibration, and here is the lattice vibration. So for A and D, almost close. And it's actually happened, but the main reason, see here, the main method, ask for the main, it must be transferred by electron. For that, I'm gonna go for C. Question 8. What happens when the temperature of a liquid increases? The temperature of a liquid increases, the mass of liquid increases, mass doesn't change at all. Volume of liquid increases, temperature increase, there is expanding. Expanding means volume increases. Yeah, so it may be C or D. Making the liquid less dense, yeah, will increase more volume, and from radiation, density equal mass over volume, so inverse relation. And we usually know that density is a fixed value, the known value, but at the definite temperature. Temperature changes, density will change. Question 9. A glass contains an iced drink on a warm and humid day. Water starts to form is outside of the glass. Some water droplets start to be on the outer glass. This happens by while it's a cold air and hot air surrounding, hot air will make condensation. I'm not correct. Question 10. The diagram shows convection current by a piece of ice placed in a beaker of water at a room temperature. See, here is ice, which is a cold object. When the cold object starts to melt, so it falls down and then take place of hot object or molecule moves up here to do this circulation. This is the convection current in my figure. So which row correctly compares the temperature and densities at water points P and Q. How to compare between temperature and density? A. Temperature at P, it will be higher than Q. Absolutely, it's not A or Q because here, first, it's denser. So about density, it's higher than Q. And temperature, it's lower than Q. This is the circulation here. The cooling object comes from here. So this is more cold and higher density. So I'm gonna go for C. Question 11. Which statement describes the thermal conduction in metal by electrons? By electrons, atoms and electrons move freely. Electrons move freely. But are the atoms move freely? Surely not. Atoms and electrons vibrate about their fixed position only. Atoms vibrate. Electrons vibrate? Surely not. Option C. Electrons move freely throughout the metal. Yeah, surely yes. So I'm gonna go for C. Question 12. The type of energy source shown in the image. This one, it's wind solar. Nope, it's a cool power station. Which of the following is not renewable energy source? Non-renewable. Wind, solar, biomass, natural gas is not renewable. What is the primary function of the device shown in the image? This image is for solar cells form. So it converts wind. Nope, it uses sunlight, convert it into electricity. I'm gonna go for B. What is the main advantage of using wind turbines for energy production? Why we use wind turbines? Is that because they emit greenhouse gas? Cannot be. They rely on fossil fuels. Actually, surely no. They produce renewable energy, yeah, without emissions, surely yeah, but when, so I'm gonna go for C. How do hydroelectric dams generate electricity? Hydroelectric dams, how they generate electricity? By burning coal to heat water? Surely not. By using wind to turn turbines? No. Hydroelectric dams, water flows down, reservoir here, no, reservoir here, big one, the turbines here. So by capturing sunlight, also no. By using flowing water to turn turbine? Surely yeah. Water flows down, represents temperature to kinetic, that makes turbine spin. Question 17. What is the common source of biomass energy? For biomass energy, biomass is the amount of all living organisms we can take energy from them. So, is it sunlight, wind, or organic waste material? Must be organic waste material. Question 18. Which of the following is non-renewable energy source? non-renewable, wind, solar must be coal. Question 19. What is the major environmental concern associated with the coal power plants? Coal power plants, power stations, they produce no emissions? Surely no. They produce a lot, dozens of tons of carbon dioxide gas. They contribute to air pollution and greenhouse gases. Yeah, that's it. Question 20. What is the key benefit using a solar panel for energy? For solar panel, they are ineffective in a sunny area. They are fully effective in sunny areas, so it's not A. They reduce electricity bills and the carbon footprints. Yeah, surely doing this. Question 21. In which location are wind turbines most effective? Area with a constant strong wind? Yeah, it's A. Question 22. The diagram shows a pan used for cooking food, which row is correct for materials used to make the base and the handle of the pan. The base of the pan must be conductor, handle of the pan must be insulator, not must be. So, base of the pan, good thermal conductor, handle of the pan, poor thermal conductor. I'm gonna go for B. And by this, we are done now with this video. See you next time with new worksheet for checkpoint and IGCSE worksheets and past papers. Assalamu alaikum.